2006. Again, lots of propaganda. They're finding out there's a lot of abuses going on in Iraq with the prisoners. They're blaming it on Americans, but the truth that's coming out is that it's a lot of, there's a lot of horrible things that Blackwater did. They did things so bad. They did things that were so bad that they actually had to pull back and change their name, which they did to XE. Later continued, they did it, changed their name again to Academy. That's the new name. Bush's big comments are, you're either with us or you're with the terrorists. The generals in Iraq and Afghanistan, they're starting to revolt. There's a whole issues that came out about called the Revolt of the Generals, where they're complaining about what happened and how and why. The grid actually explains a little bit more of the things that we didn't see. Bush is still sticking to his guns, got his keywords that he's saying that being asked a serious question, he won't answer it. He'll just divert the conversation into a different way. Yeah, all this questioning starts to come out as far as who gets to be an American. Lots of issues dealing with climate control. We're finding out that they're still throwing credit at us, but it's starting to change, because one of the things that I first noticed was furniture stores started closing. And it didn't make sense. Why are these furniture stores closing? Well, it's because people are stopping lots of the copious amounts of spending. They're maxed out credit-wise. What happened in 2002 with Blueprint for the American Dream? Okay, by 2003, people were seriously buying homes, and people were also refinancing homes. It was so easy to get a new home loan. Here's an example. You bought a new home. You bought a home in the 90s. You might have paid $150,000. All of a sudden, right now, 2004, that home is worth $400,000. And guess what? Next month, it's worth $425,000. And the next month, it's worth $450,000. The value of these homes is skyrocketing. It wasn't real. It was insane. So people are selling their homes because they're cashing out. Other people are going to the banks and they're refinancing. So that, say you bought your home for $150,000, you only owe $100,000, but all of a sudden it's worth, $500,000 now. You go and borrow $400,000. You've got $300,000 cash in your pocket, because you just paid off $100,000 of what you owed before. You're still making the same payment that you did before, because that's how comfortable they made the loans. You've got a good job. It's not a problem. You've got $300,000 cash in your pocket. You feel rich. You feel special. You feel like you've worked hard. You deserve it, which you have worked hard. You've got this extra money in your pocket right now. You go out and you buy a new car. You pay down your student loan. And you put, some of the money into your 401k, because they're flashing that message to us. Invest in your pension. Invest in your future. You go buy another house. You're going to buy something cheap, fix it up, and turn it around, and continue making all this money. We went and borrowed. We went and spent like crazy, because it was like the candy that was being thrown at us. And while this was happening, we weren't paying attention to the war that was going on behind us. That's where the grid is important, because the grid shows people what was going on that we weren't paying attention to. Okay, by 2006, the economy's starting to tighten up again. People are getting nervous. By 2007, I'm going to tell our own personal story. Let me bring up 2007.